Well, welcome inside Pacific Institute for Sports Excellence. If you're lucky enough to get a seat in here, it is crazy here at Camoson College where the host Chargers will face the ACAC champion Lakeland Rustlers in the gold medal match of the 2017 CCAA Women's National Championship. Ryan and Leah were courtside in amongst all the fans that have come in here. This event is so popular, there's a wait list to get in to the gymnasium here in Camoson. It is impressive, the atmosphere. The Camoson Chargers getting here courtesy of the three-set sweep yesterday over Grand Prairie, and they beat Humber in 5 as well. And the starters for the Camoson Chargers, Katie Fetting, Kayla Nixon, who was dynamite yesterday in that sweep, Michelle Zygmunt, Alexa Ellis, Lainey Jansen, Morgan Muckman. I'm a little fast for the video, my apologies. There's Michelle. Lainey Jansen is being introduced. Morgan Muckman. And the Rookie of the Year in the Pac West, Megan Ireland, as they throw small volleyballs into the crowd. And you have the Lakeland starters?
I do. We have number 4, Alyssa Grondin. Number 5, Ray Sigurdsson as setter. Number 6, Annika Koos. 8, Avery Maginel. 10, Shelby Becker. 12, Laura Popplestone. And 15, Chelsea Steinley.
So they are your starting 6 for not only the Chargers, but the Rustlers as well. Rustlers got here courtesy of a sweep, beating the now bronze medalists, the VIU Mariners, in 3 straight yesterday, 25-19, 25-22, and 25-21. It's the first appearance for the Rustlers in this national championship tournament since 2013, where they won silver. Camoson has never been in this game. They won a bronze 2 years ago in the national championship, but they're going to get silver or gold here today, and we're going to get underway. As back to serve is Ray Sigurdsson. First name is actually Doreen.
Really?
Yeah. Ray is going to get us underway in this gold medal match with a capacity crowd here at Pisey. They go back door for Megan Ireland, and the Chargers will start off where they left off yesterday. And it's 1-0 Camoson. And I was saying this yesterday on the broadcast too, to keep this crowd involved, to keep them energized, they have to play well, especially early on. Kuzi with a big smash there. Kuzi up again, and Kuzi will tie the game. Annika Kuzi is so important for this Rustlers team. Kuzi this tournament, 27 kills, all of the impressive variety. And here she goes with that high toss for the serve, and it's a ball that goes a little wide, and it's 2-1. Rustlers bench thought it was good. The flagger says no, and here's Michelle Zygmunt. Zygmunt, if she plays well today, and the Chargers win, Zygmunt may be a shoo-in for the tournament MVP. That one a little long. Didn't get much spin on it. It was a miss hit for Zygmunt, and she didn't have 3 service errors yesterday in the semifinal.
And you know, this match, gold medal match, a lot of nerves. It's a lot of the same feelings that these teams had in the first round. So it might take a few points to really get rolling.
London the serve. There's Ireland. She'll smash it down. It's the Rookie of the Year in the Pac West, showing little signs of a Rookie of the Year.
Well, you know, and she's not a true rookie. She did have a year where she trained CIS for a little bit, and then got sick and a little bit injured, took a year off, and she's back here ready to go. So she plays more like a veteran, I'd say.
Maginal with a point for the Rustlers, and it's 3-3. Oh, so she cheated on the Rookie of the Year.
She is surely a rookie in this league. Might have redshirted in the CIS. That's maybe how she got rookie status.
There's this serve. Yeah. This is Morgan Muckman, and she gets it down. Muckman, in her final game in the CCAA, she told me yesterday she's transferring to Brock University in Peterborough. Playing volleyball there. Now she'll go back to serve. Bent at the hip, but now here she comes. Good serve. Popplestone, the key libero for the Rustlers. And that one thrown down.
You know, that's one thing I like about Crystal. His goal is to have his players move on to other leagues. And so he trains them that they will maybe be able to make some of their goals to, you know, play CIS, maybe national team, play pro.
Becker with the serve. It's nice to hear. Katie Fetting, first time she's gotten a smash in there. That's Kuzi, and she goes long. Look for Kuzi. But it all starts with the middle for this Rustlers team. We saw that yesterday in the semifinal, which really did the VIU Mariners in. They couldn't stop anybody from the middle.
Absolutely. I mean, I can keep your eye on Grondin. She was just exceptional for them.
Set up Kuzi on the power side. And the Chargers will have to send it over. They do. A little long for Zygmunt, pardon me. And it's 5-4. 5-5, pardon me, with the Chargers and Rustlers tied here in the first set.
And that to me is a mistake of nerves. Just trying to be too perfect there. She just needs to settle into her game and give a free ball and trust their defense.
Steinle. Nice pass by Nixon. That's the step around, and Jancy works it to perfection. 6-5. Rustlers sweeping VIU yesterday and Thursday, a 5-set match against MSVU. Winning 25-14, then falling 26-24, 25-22, then coming back to win 25-15 and 17-15 in the fifth set. That one a mishit. Mishit by Becker. Out of Cudworth, Saskatchewan. Thriving metropolis of 800 people there in Cudworth, Saskatchewan. Here's Jancy. Jancy goes a little long. A little too much adrenaline flowing in that right arm from Jancy.
Exactly.
Now Sigerson. 641 assists during the regular season for Sigerson.
Oh, she gets to a lot of balls. Great little setter. But we see a lot of missed serves. Now, you know, as a coach at timeout, you might say, okay, now we have all our missed serves out nice and early on. You just hope that that's what's happening.
Here's Ellis. Ellis serves. She gets that one in. Popplestone with the pass out of the middle, and hitting it a little too far is Garondon. Melissa Garondon, fourth-year player, 6 feet, was dynamite yesterday against VIU. She has 21 kills in the tournament. Ellis into the net. Another service error, and it's 9-7. Those are not points that you want to give up or gets the crowd energized. Feeding off the crowd. Talked to Katie Fetting, the player of the match yesterday, saying, we feed off this crowd. If the crowd's good, the Chargers will play well. The Chargers need to play well for the crowd to be loud as well, and Kuzi goes into the net. Can't imagine the Rustlers playing in front of a crowd like this this regular season.
I don't think so. Not in the small town of Vermilion, Alberta.
Yeah. Again into the net. So teams trading service errors. And it's 10-8. Zygmunt usually very reliable.
She has a risky serve. When it's a little off, it causes her some problems.
Gronin. And she goes long. I know the underhand serve is less than desirable and not as sexy, but...
You know, we saw Carrie Walsh, double gold medalist beach volleyball player, underhand serving for a whole season, and they qualified for the Olympics, so you never know.
Here's Ireland. She'll get this one in. Popplestone with the pass. They go middle, and it's played by the Chargers. This Fetting can't punch it over. Nice job by Steinle, I believe it was, in the middle.
That's right, Steinle's so high up there. Really tough to block a player that gets up with that amount of jump.
Maginot now will go back on the line from the right side. Her serve. Nixon plays it. They get it to Fetting. She'll send it over. Popplestone is there. Power side for Becker. Becker nails it down. And it's 11-9, 11-10 Chargers. Maginot out of Brandon, Manitoba. Her serve is there. Monkman plays it. There's Fetting. Fetting off a block. They go to Becker. Becker a tip. Nice play by Ellis to save it. Back to Fetting. Fetting cross court. Off the body and down. Katie Fetting in her final game. Final match in the CCAA.
She's from Alberta too. She might have a special desire to beat this Alberta team.
That's a good point. Out of Lethbridge. The Windy City. Monkman gets that serve in. Back to Becker. Becker takes a little mustard off it and gets it down in front of Nixon. That's 12-11.
Nixon has a lot of court there. I think that the Camoson relies on her defensively. That's why she's on the court. Great spirit out there, but her defense is what sets her apart.
They want to serve Jancy. Jancy mishit, did get it over. And now the Rustlers back to work. That's Kuzi for the big hit there. Still alive if Moncton can get it over, and she does. Terrific by Zygmunt in the back row, and then the Rustlers make no mistake.
But that got the crowd into it, didn't it?
Yeah. Rondon with the serve. Ellis is going to set up the back court, and Zygmunt hits it into the net. And the Rustlers take their first lead, 13-12. Alyssa Grondin wants to say hi to her dog named Boots, who I'm sure is watching. That serve a little far. Boots not going to like that too much. And it's tied at 13. Now Katie Fetting, yesterday's player of the match. Now conversation with the captain of the Rustlers and the head official. These officials winning the right to call this gold medal match as well. Now Fetting, her serve just getting over Popplestone with a less than desirable pass, but Kuzi able to knock it down. Kuzi, who stands just 5'9", has tremendous leaping ability.
And I don't think BIU expected that. That was not a great set. They had no blockers up, thought it was going to be a down ball, and she crushes that ball into the middle of the court.
Steinle. Nixon plays it. Now right up against the net, off a block. And the Rustlers take control. Here's Kuzi. Kuzi off a block and down. Chargers not able to close their block. It was Ellis and Jancy a little too far apart. Kuzi found the hole and made no mistake. Steinle, who's married, a former CCAA player. Wouldn't tell me his name at the dinner. Jancy with a smash. Played here by the Rustlers, and then out of the middle, Garondon able to knock it down. And the Chargers will take a timeout. 16-13. As Chris Dahl, the head coach, trying to stop what is happening right now on the floor, and momentum is clearly in the side of the Rustlers' favor.
Definitely, and I mean, Zygmunt has to step up the way she did yesterday. She needs to become a bit more of an offensive threat, open some things up for other players as well, and, you know, that's in her, she looks a little nervous to me. And so I expect that she'll be, you know, getting a bit more comfortable here, especially as the end of the first set nears, and we'll see that side of her again, that aggressive, dominant side of her game.
Yeah, she's in her last game as well, last match in her 5th and final year. So Fetting, Zygmunt, Jancy, Rollins, who's not playing, but they will all graduate following this season.
Wow.
You won't see them in a Chargers uniform next year. When you look at the Rustlers, only one 5th-year player. That's Popplestone. Rondon in her 4th. We don't know for sure the educational background of these players. They could be done after 4. Michaela Rollins, who's disappointing getting a concussion in the Pac-West playoffs, is not in uniform, and she told me yesterday this is her last season.
Looks like we have a double sub coming in here for Camoson. They have a lot of depth in the setting position. Jacqueline Coulter in the right side. Has started for VIU in multiple matches this year. Excuse me, Camoson. Thank you very much. And then we have new setter in here as well. They're looking to have 3-hitter option, and that's why you would do the double sub at this point.
It's Whalen coming in now for the Chargers, and here comes Steinle. Her serve Played by Nixon. Now it was Zygmunt off a block. Steinle makes a nice play to make the save, but Zygmunt high up to tip it back. Nice play on behalf of the Rustlers. This one stays alive. Now sent over on the free ball by Fetting. In the middle, Grondin with a nice tip, but Nixon is there in the middle for Jancy, and this one will be down. Good rally. Ends up with a Camoson point, 16-14 Rustlers. Now Jancy back to serve. Out of Parksville, BC at 6'1". There's Jancy. Popplestone will play that. In the middle, and it's Grondin. 17-14. Now Sigerson. Sigerson serve. Played there by Fetting. Go up top for Zygmunt, who is rejected. Zygmunt able to bring it back. Nice job by Nixon on the deflection. In the middle, Grondin. Chargers trying to save it and unable to. But again, out of the middle. BIU was unable to stop that yesterday. Camoson hasn't shown signs there to be able to slow it down either. You have Kuzi in the power slot and Grondin in the middle. Difficult to stop. 18-14. Whaling will track that one down from the backcourt. That's Fetting off a block and down. And it's 18-15. Back to serve is Coulter. Here's the serve, and off the top of the net. Lakeland Coulter, a service error. And 19-15. And Kuzi will go back to serve for the Rustlers. Kuzi, that high toss, and her serve is in there to Fetting. A step around, Ireland goes off a block and out of bounds. Ireland did a nice job to tippy-toe around the net as well, and it's 19-16 Rustlers and Zygmunt now.
Such an agile play by Ireland to have that court presence.
Here's Zygmunt, missed her last two serves. And this one is in there for an ace. That ball just getting over each and every defender and then dipping down into the corner like a sinker ball from a pitcher. Here's Zygmunt again. That's serve. Played by Becker and sends it across. Now to Fetting. Fetting, did she go off the block? No, she did not get the touch. Misses wide, and it's 2017. A couple of substitutes now coming in.
It's too bad. That was a free ball. It was high, so it's a little more difficult to handle, but I'm sure Jacqueline Coulter wants that one back.
Tawny Dupree now will serve things up for the Rustlers. Waiting for the referee to say we're ready. He does that now, and here we go. Nixon will play that. That's Whaling on the tip. Nice job by Sigerson to be there. Back to Becker, who goes off the block. Nixon is there. For Fetting. Again, Sigerson saves it. Bump set to Becker, who makes no mistake, tipping it over the outstretched arms of Ireland. And it's 21-17. Awfully difficult to stop these front court players for the Rustlers. Fetting off a block and down. And it's 21-18. They're saying no tip?
They're saying no touch off the block.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, it's a judgment call. Refs tend to stick with the call that they made.
Yeah. The flagger was even saying it went off. A hand, here's Fetting. Fetting makes no mistake this time. And it's 22-18. Seemingly saying, I don't need the call. I'll just take care of business myself.
And that's what you have to do.
Ireland will go have a seat for the Chargers, and Jordan Lilly will come in. And for the Rustlers, a couple of substitutes as well. Popplestone back in the ballgame. She's the libero, 22-18. Here's Lilly, who we've seen all tournament long come in this situation to get a serve in, which she does to Kuzi. Now they set up Becker. Becker, her spike is dug by Zygmunt, and then Fetting again inside the line.
Wow, she is just ripping this ball cross court. Almost unstoppable.
22-19. Putting just enough topspin on it as well to make it sink. Lilly, her serve. Missed pass. Popplestone going to try to track it down. And Kuzi will send it over on the free ball. Step around for Jancy. And it's down. 22-20.
And that's the type of speed Camoson's looking for. They want to run a fast offense. That's how they've beaten teams this past tournament, and that's what they need to do from now on the rest of this game. The key is their passing. So when Camoson passes well, their offense looks brilliant. When they struggle, they have a little more trouble out of the system. And that's the case with most teams, but you know, with Camoson, the fact that they run such a fast offense, it's really changes their strategy, so they get affected in a different way.
We've seen more attempts out of the middle from Camoson in this match than we did all of yesterday. Because when you have Zygmunt and Fetting off the left side, you don't really need to run a middle if you're having success.
That's right.
But certainly for the different look, the different options, you want to give as many looks as possible.
Especially early on.
Yeah.
And then you tend to go to your top hitters at the end of the set, end of the game. So expect to see that here in this game from both teams. So we know who those hitters are, and they know who those hitters are. So might see some great offensive attacks and some great blocks.
Well, like we saw in the bronze medal game, another player just needs to step up. For the Chargers, you have Fetting. You know you're going to get something out of Zygmunt. But who's going to be that third option? Maybe Ireland in the middle, maybe Jancy. For the Rustlers, they have more than two options. Lilly, her serve goes long, and it's 23-20. Maginot now. She is one of the options for this Rustlers offense. Nixon with a nice pass. Going to go to Fetting on the left side. She's rejected.
Well, Stanley just gets up there and says, no way.
It's a huge block. When it ricochets that quickly down, you know that was coming with some steam.
It was on the ground before she was on the ground.
It was a set point for the Rustlers. Whaling wants to go back door. That's Jancy off a block, and Whaling is there. Here's Fetting now. Fetting finds a hole, but Kuzi is there. Kuzi from the backcourt. She'll send it across. Whaling will set up Fetting again. Fetting. Kuzi's there. Back and forth. That's Becker. She nails it in, and the Rustlers take first blood. 25-20.
Isn't it just amazing? The Rustlers almost losing that first round match to the Mystics, who finished 7th in the tournament. And here they are, such a commanding set here in the gold medal final.
They really found their legs yesterday, it seemed. Just squeaking by, as you mentioned, the Mystics. But in that semi-final against VIU, everything started to click, especially out of the middle. And when you have options like Ronan in the middle, and then you can feed a Steinle on the outside, or a Kuzi on the outside, or a Becker on the outside, it makes it awfully difficult to defend.
Yeah, you know it.
We'll take a short break. You're watching the 2017 gold medal match at the CCAA Women's National Championship. Coming out of this timeout, to the second set we go, with Lakeland in front 1-0 after that 25-20 victory in the opening set. And they've drawn first blood, the ACAC champs. Now for Camoson, this second set is one of the most important sets they've played now all season. They can get back into this and have a good set and get this crowd back into it, then anything can happen in set number 3. If they don't do that, then Lakeland, very dominant this tournament, would be in the driver's seat. Alexa Ellis now. She'll start off this second set. Here come the Rustlers right away. They want to go power side. Kuzi, Nixon with a dig. Now backcourt for Fetting, goes off the block and out of bounds. And Alexa Ellis will go back with a 1-0 lead. Chargers drew first blood for the first point in the first set as well. Back and forth, now Kuzi with a tip. Ellis is there. Nixon will set up Zygmunt. Zygmunt goes off the top of the twine and down, and it's 2-0. So important for Zygmunt to get some confidence in this gold medal match and start clicking. We saw Fetting come up with a couple of big hits in that first set, but really nothing from Michelle.
No, and she hit a minus .200, so negative attack efficiency. She's going to want to change that up. You know, that being said, it didn't affect us Chargers that much. They hit 269, a good number, but not compared to the 458 for Lakeland. So when you're hitting almost at a 500, you're probably not losing that game.
And they proved that stat. A 5-point win. Fetting just able to get to that one. They give it to Monkman. Monkman will be dug by Popplestone, then out of the middle. Nice job by Ellis, and now Zygmunt will send it over. Popplestone gonna go back door. This one, Nixon digs it, but it's out of bounds, and Maginot will get the kill. And a 2-2 tie. Sigerson will go back to serve again. This is Sigerson. Her serve to Fetting. In the middle, Zygmunt will just tip it down and went off the hand and down. Not the prettiest, but it's effective. 3-2.
Yeah, she was just a little late to that ball, but saw the court well.
Here's Zygmunt. When she's on, the most dangerous server on this Chargers roster. That serve. Handled there by the Rustlers. That's Kuzi. She goes long. (4-2). Here's Zygmunt. Her serve. In. Oh, just
geez.
out.
Well, let's have to see a replay on that, don't you think, Ryan?
Wow. If this is the best angle or not, but.
Nope, not quite.
Here's Kuzi with that high toss. Fetting handles that. Backdoor from Monkman. Off the block. Nixon is there. Ellis. Now this is Fetting. Nice dig by Popplestone. Just a tip. Nicely done by Sigerson. Read the defense very well. And then a sneaky tip. Then it's 4-4.
You don't see that very often. Usually you only see the setters dumping when they're front row. They can jump, but that's why that was so effective.
Here's Kuzi with a 4-4 tie. Nixon digs it. Monkman saves it. And now Zygmunt will send it over. Power side. This one off a block and down. As Becker gets a kill.
So Morgan just needing to take a step inside when she realizes that the set is inside, and hopefully make that adjustment next time.
5-4 Rustlers. First lead of this second set. Nixon will get to Fetting. Fetting off a block. Ellis is there. They want to set Fetting again. This time she goes cross court. It goes off a hand and saved by the Rustlers. They go back for Monkman, who tips it. What a dig! And Popplestone will send it over. That was Maginot with a great save. Now Fetting down the line. And the crowd erupts as well. 5-5.
What defense from Lakeland. Can't quite put it away. but Camoson just kept coming back with more and more weapons.
Maginot came across the court to get to that ball. Popplestone with a nice pass. Here's Maginot. A little tip. Ireland is there. Out of the back court, that's Zygmunt. Took a little bit off it, got it over. Zygmunt plays that one. Monkman has to hustle for that. She got to it and send it over. In the middle, played by Zygmunt, but a tip on the over bump. And Grondin able to get up a second time and nail it down. 6-5. Here's the serve by the Rustlers. Nice placement. Fetting plays it. They go back from Monkman. Monkman goes off.
Oh, what a play.
What a play by Zygmunt. And that is going to be long. It went off, I think, a head, a shoulder, and then Fetting sent it over.
And you do what you have to do when you're in the gold medal game.
Two subs coming in. Whaling will come in for Monkman, so she'll be the server.
Interesting, they've replaced before Jacqueline Coulter came in, and they're now bringing in Pierce.
And Jenna Pierce will see action in this gold medal match for the first time. Whaling, who's been excellent from the service line, will come in and serve it up. This one off Kuzi. And a free ball now. See if the Chargers can take advantage. They go to Fetting with only one blocker, and she nails it down.
That's the speed that Lakeland doesn't want to deal with. So that ball outside, it might be hard to tell on video, but it is a lot faster than most of these teams are setting to their outside attackers.
7-6 Chargers with the lead. Here's Whaling. Her serve just getting over the net. They go to the backside, tipped over by Maginot, and now a free ball for the Chargers. Fetting, blocked off her ear and out of bounds.
You know, that was going out of bounds, but she could obviously not get out of the way.
7-7, she knew it too. You can tell by the body language, the shoulders drooped a little bit more. Now Maginot will set it and serve it. Nixon with a bad pass goes off the net, and nothing Whaling can do about it. Now it's 8-7.
Nixon just needed to clean up her passing a little bit. She needs to pass a 2-ball. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to give the setter enough time to set at least 2 people. That should be her goal right now.
This is served by Maginot. Whaling goes to Fetting on the other side, off Popplestone's arm and out of bounds. Down the line, around the block. Fetting, a fifth-year senior. She'll go back to serve. Her serve. Popplestone handles that one. It goes over, and Zygmunt can't handle it.
Yeah, I think Zygmunt had to be a little more aggressive with that joust, and I'm not sure she realized that someone was up with her, but you've got to go up and really push that ball into the ground.
Here's Becker on the serve. Touches the tape. Nixon plays it. Here's Zygmunt, and a whistle before Michelle can take a swing. A double hit. And 10-8. Rustlers. Nixon with a nice pass in the middle. Jancy finds an open hole. And it's 10-9 Rustlers.
And what a difference a good pass makes to this Camoson team.
Nixon will go have a seat. There's the libero, and Ireland comes in to play the front court. Jancy now. Jancy with the serve. Here comes the Rustlers out of the middle. Grondin is dealt with. And now back to Pierce with her first attempt. A lot of play at the net. Ireland tries to swipe it down. 2 blocks go up. Ball back and forth. Zygmunt will hand it back. And this is Kuzi off a block and down.
All right, again, I think Zygmunt could really be more aggressive at the net with these passes that are right on top of the net. I think she has the advantage in this. So if she can just get her timing, push that ball down, they're going to get a couple of points off that.
Here's a serve by the Rustlers. Fetting gets it to Whaling. Backdoor for Pierce, who goes into the net. And it's 12-9 Rustlers. Chargers need a side out here. Off the tape. Steinle with the ace.
Now, Camoson brought in that double sub. I'm not sure it's working for them in a way that it needs to warrant all of these substitutions. Might want to think about switching it back to his starting players.
Zygmunt is rejected there. And a backcourt for Fetting. Dug by the Rustlers. They're going to set up Kuzi. Kuzi goes long. And 12-10. Now Popplestone comes back in as Steinle will have a seat. And now Jenna Pierce. Here's a serve for Pierce. Off the hands, Popplestone will track it down. Now Kuzi takes a swing at it. Nice dig by Nixon. And Fetting from the backcourt into the net.
Good try on that swing. Very, very tough angle to hit. As a right-handed player, having that ball cross your left shoulder first in the back row. You know, you almost want to think of a ball, continue on that play and give yourself another opportunity.
14-10 Rustlers. Now Sigurdsson. Pierce. Now to Nixon, and they have to send it over on a bump. Popplestone just getting there to the middle. Grondin, and again, the middle is able to bring it down. That's Grondin.
You know, I want to see that replay. I'm not sure it had to be bumped over. I think they could have gotten a swing off that play. So, you know, I don't know. To me, Camoson looks a little safe, a little tentative. They are not going to win a game that way against this fierce Lakeland team. So, you know, I hope they start to take a few risks because that's what's going to be needed here for them to take this set and then obviously more after that.
15-10 in favor of the ACAC champions who just continue to roll, and for them, they don't really have to change much. It's the Chargers now that have to play reactive volleyball and instead of aggressive volleyball, or as you say, just now. I don't know if now is the time to take a lot of chances, but you do have to start swinging at the ball.
Exactly. We'll say calculated chances.
Yes, good one. Rampage, the Charger mascot, trying to get some energy into this building.
He's dancing with a couple of young players. We have so many teams in the gym. I think you mentioned 15. Is that Ryan?
I think that's what the AD, Athletic Director Graham Matthews, was telling me, that there's 15 teams here.
Unreal. Well, what I left before this game into the hallway, and I opened the fortune cookie. It said, "You will have many friends when you need them," and I needed a friend to help me get back into this gym. So, fortune was right.
There's a wait list to get in here as we're at capacity, and this crowd just waiting for something to cheer about. Fetting will give it to Zygmunt. Zygmunt with a kill.
And they get it.
(15-11). And the Chargers should be serving. And it's Zygmunt.
And Zygmunt can do so much damage with her serve. Let's see if she can get on a roll. This would be the perfect time.
Down by 4. There's Zygmunt. Big serve. Nice pass by Popplestone, but too far for Fetting. That's the power of Zygmunt's serve right there. It's hard to cushion that blow coming in from that well-timed jump serve. Here she comes, her serve. Popplestone again sends it back across. Back door on the step around for Ireland, but it's picked up by the Rustlers. They'll try their own back door and off Fetting's hands and out of bounds.
You know what? They're sending Ireland back because they want to split the block, but I actually think she's a little more effective if she stays in front. They might want to just test her out in front, see how that goes.
There's Kuzi. Nixon will take that. Nice pass. Here's Fetting off a block, and they reject her. Maganel with a block. A 17-12 lead. Kuzi again. Here she comes, and Fetting handles that one. They give it to the backcourt. That's Zygmunt. She has to just tip it over. power side off a block. Whalen Ayers able to save it. Now Fetting, she goes off a block. Maginot will get it down through the block of Fetting in Ireland.
I'm curious of what Coach Cristal is going to do. Is 12-18. He has a front row setter and a back row right side. They were subbed in. He could double sub and have now a front row right side in, have a 3-hitter option. Might see him do that soon.
Kuzi's serve goes long, barely. And here comes Jancy for the libero, Nixon. 18-13. Now Ireland. Set to serve it up. Out of Courtney, BC. He gets it over. Popplestone with the pass. They go to the power side and down the line and good.
They're basically over top of number 10, Katie Whaling. She's small out there. And obviously Kusi, a very, very big hitter.
She's got the leaping ability. Now Dupree will check in. Becker with the last kill. 19-13. Camoson needs a stop. There's Fetting. They go back to Jancy off a block. Now Whaling right back to Fetting. Took a little off it, was still rejected. Nixon goes right back to Katie off a block. Nixon with the save, and Whaling tips it over. Here's Becker. Pierce stopped that one. Now Fetting down the line.
Fetting obviously leading this team right now. She is on fire. She needs a couple more of her teammates to join her here.
Her ability to go down the line is pretty impressive with that velocity.
Yeah, absolutely. Her jump is great. Her vision is great.
And a service error. Now 2014 Rustlers. A spot you can ill afford a service error. Maginot now. Maginot serve, handled by Nixon. In the middle, Jancy hammers it down. Now here's Fetting. Didn't play the first semester. Played in the second semester, and she was good, and obviously here in the playoffs, but out of the middle again, Grondin. Did a block even get up for the Chargers?
Couldn't quite get there. What was she doing that first semester?
She wouldn't tell me. Nixon gets over to Zygmunt. Zygmunt with a kill.
There we go.
Michelle's first or second of the set. And she will need to come alive. 21-16. Jancy will serve as Ireland checks back in for the libero. Jancy serve. Popplestone, a high pass. Rejected there, but the Rustlers keep it alive. Kuzi just sends it over in the middle for Ireland, and it's down.
And that's where I think Ireland shines. I think she's better straight in front, running that 51. She gets up high. She has nice angles. They should keep feeding her.
Now Jancy, as this crowd starts to chant. Popplestone. And the Rustlers can't quite keep it alive. 21-18.
Popplestone's struggling a little with the serve. You know, you're going to see Jancy hopefully going right back at her.
You would have to, wouldn't you?
You'd be trying to, that's for sure.
And she
Misses.
tried. In the middle, Grondin will get it down.
You know, and it's a small miss, but it's important. It's important to go back to the player who's been struggling. So, you know, and she was right in the middle of the court, so I'm sure Jancy wants another opportunity to serve Popplestone there.
You give a team, you let them off the hook.
Exactly.
So Olivia Thompson will come in now to serve. Here's Thompson. Her serve, handled there by Nixon. They go to the far side for Zygmunt. Handled there by the Rustlers. Kuzi now Fetting handles that. Down the line for Zygmunt.
What a nice set by Nixon to Zygmunt. Often these liberos were setters back in high school, so you'll see some unbelievable setting plays by these athletes.
Yeah. Sigurdsson back in the game for the Rustlers. Ellis back in, and so is Monkman for the Chargers. As Pierce will have a seat.
So he's using, Chris's Dahl has used his double sub. He now has 3 hitters again in the front row, and that's a huge advantage for Camoson. That's usually why you use that double sub. Perfect timing at the end of the game to have this opportunity.
The referee wanted to make sure everybody was in the right spot before whistling it in. Still talking things over with the desk staff. And we're ready to go. 22-19 Rustlers. A 1-0 set lead in this match. No far side for Kuzi. This one partially blocked and down. It's 23-19. Rustlers in command, and they have the serve. Here is the serve, and Fetting with the pass to Ellis, and Ireland can't get it over. And now it's set point for the Rustlers to take a commanding 2-0 lead.
It was just a little too fast. Megan not quite in the air for that. She should be in the air as the setter is setting the ball.
Sigurdsson into the net. Chargers still have life, 24-20.
That's unexpected, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Now Zygmunt. Here she comes. Into the net. And the Rustlers will win 25-20. Second consecutive set that they've won 25-20. And now the Chargers in a big old hole. Trying to come back against the Lakeland Rustlers team that hasn't lost a set since the third set on Thursday, when they dropped to the MSVU Mystics 25-22. They have won 7 in a row and looking to make it 8 and leave town with a gold medal. We'll take a break, be back with the third set. You're watching the 2017 Women's National Volleyball Championships live from Camoson. Welcome back inside. As we move to the third set with the Rustlers, looking to put things away right here in the third set and leave Victoria with a gold medal. They have a commanding 2-0 lead, and this crowd is starting to get energized. They just need something to cheer about. Here's Sigurdsson. Her serve out of bounds. Now, can the Chargers come back on a team that has won 7 straight sets? Whaling will go back to serve. We're going to set Kuzi. Kuzi is rejected there by Ireland.
That is a really tough block. Monkman and Ireland both huge at the net. Going to take a special attack in order to put that ball away.
Now Whalen. Her serve handled there by Kuzi. Go back door from Maginot. And she goes off a block and out of bounds. Now Kuzi to serve. Go back for Zygmunt, and she is rejected there. Roden and Becker are at the front. Awfully tough to get it around those big bodies. Roden just 6 feet. I say that like it's only 6 feet, but she plays very large at the net. And Ireland just inside the line. And she's somebody that needs to get going if the Chargers have any hope of coming back in this one. Now Zygmunt. Chargers in front, 3-2. Her serve. In the middle, Grondin again.
Grondin so consistent, responds so well to pressure, and I'm sure Camoson is happy she's now serving out of the front row.
Yeah. Becker and Steinle up front, and she serves it into the net.
Especially happy now.
Yeah. She'll go sit down as Popplestone will come back in. Now Ireland. With the score, 4-3. See if they pick on Popplestone at all. Not going there. Kuzi with the pass. Maginot goes off the body and out of bounds, and they get the point.
She's playing really well for them. Having a good, solid right side after you have such strong left sides, it's just real pressure on the block for Camoson.
Serve is long. It's 5-4 Camoson. Now Monkman will go serve.
Serving for the Chargers, number 13, Morgan Monkman.
Long play to UBC. And here she comes. Popplestone with the pass. They're going to feed it to Becker, and the Chargers able to handle that one. And now a double hit.
You know, interesting to know, we were talking about what lineup Camoson might put in. They decided to go with setter Katie Whaling. They have 2 setters they've used in this tournament, and comfortable with both of those options.
There's the serve. Nixon able to dig it. And they'll have to, well, I was going to say send it over, but there was a battle of the net that the Rustlers won. There's a good pass. Now inside in the middle, and just out. A rare miss for Steinle. Now Fetting, 6'5", Chargers with the lead. Here comes Fetting off the top of the nets and then over, and Zygmunt. Oh, wait a minute, did she touch the net? No, she did not.
I thought it was Zygmunt also, but it's Lakeland.
Not very aggressive, though, for Zygmunt. Just kind of tapping it over. A safety hit. And now Fetting into the net. 7-6. Here comes Grondin back into the front court.
That happened pretty fast.
Yeah. serve by Steinle. They go Zygmunt just inside the line.
And they had two defenders lined up to dig that line shot, and she still got it through all of them.
8-6. Chargers with the lead for Jancy. Serve from Jancy. That one sails long. Back-to-back service errors by the Chargers, keeping the Rustlers right in it. Now Sigurdsson go to the other side of the court. She's usually in the right corner. Rustlers may be picking on someone. And this one out as well. I guess we'll not know.
Looks like they're going after that person that's in the front row left side position. They want to add pressure to that person that has to get outside and attack.
Here's Whaling now. Whaling will send it across, just on the line for an ace. 10-7. Whaling to match her number. 10. Sends it over. Sigurdsson right there at the front of the net, and she went under or on it. It's a lift, they call it, and it's 11-7.
Sometimes setters do try setting with one hand. They call most of those sets, but you gotta attempt it sometimes if the ball's tight.
Whaling now. Played by Becker. They're going to try to get to Kuzi, and she sends it over. Nixon is there. Zygmunt on the corner. She's rejected. Maginal with a rejection.
Lakeland looks like they're getting much more comfortable with the speed. You can tell their block is more set up than it was at the beginning against this Camoson fast offense.
And the serve of Kuzi. On the side from Monkman. Kuzi plays it there. Looking for Becker. Becker's rejected by Monkman, but the Rustlers able to send it over, but out of bounds. An error by Steinle. Or Kuzi, pardon me, and it's out of bounds.
And Zygmunt had to literally duck out of the way to get out of the out of the angle of that attack out of bounds.
12-8 for Zygmunt. Her serve. Over the net, and Fetting makes no mistake. Well, that's the aggressiveness that we wanted to see earlier.
Yeah, and she's got it. We want to see a little more of that from Michelle Zygmunt, and that'll be a game changer for this team.
Zygmunt. She'll get it over. The bump ends up on the Chargers side. See if they can take advantage with Fetting, but she goes into the net.
They released so early to Fetting. They knew the ball was going there. I think you've got to set the middle a little bit more so that the middle blocker on Lakeland can't cheat that much.
There's Grondin. Handled there by Zenny. There's a middle set.
Just like that.
Ireland makes no mistake. There was no block at all from Lakeland.
I think number 10, Shelby Becker, was supposed to take the middle, but it happened so fast for her.
Yeah. 14-9 Chargers. Now Ireland. Kuzi. And now a battle at the net, and the Chargers have control. That's Fetting, a miss hit on Fetting. That's 14-10. Maginal now. Her serve. Nixon handles that. This is Fetting. Dug there by Kuzi. They set up Becker. She sends it long. It's 15-10 Chargers. Now Monkman. Monkman will send it into the middle of the net. (15-11). Becker's serve. is in there. Monkman plays it in the middle, off the shoulder of Copplestone, and Jancy hammers it down.
I don't know how she got that by the block. She had about an inch, and she found it.
You give them an inch, they take a mile. Is that it?
They're good, definitely.
There's Fetting. Copplestone. Want to feed the outside. And off a block and down. It's Kuzi with another kill.
Kuzi has so much velocity that this block is there, but she's powering it through them. So it takes incredible shoulder strength to keep your arms on the other side of the court with that type of power coming at you.
Tani Dupree will check back in as Steinle will have a seat. Here's Dupree. Nice placement on that serve. Zygmunt off a block, and Dupree can't quite get there. 17-12. Steinle will check right back in, and then check out with Copplestone coming in. Jancy to serve for the Chargers. Copplestone has trouble with that one. Sigurdsson will track it down. It's quite a set from back there from Sigurdsson. And now Zygmunt will just tip it over. They go to the backcourt. That's Becker. Dug there by the Chargers. Backcourt for Monkman. Off the block and in. What a set by Sigurdsson.
Oh, I was going to say as well, she is so talented and strong for such a small little setter. I mean, she does such a great job out there for Lakeland.
Yeah, to going the wrong direction, to bump it back and set up Kuzi.
Yep.
Impressive, 18-12. The final match of the 2017 volleyball season across the CCAA. And Lakeland hoping it ends with this set. Chargers want to see a couple more sets.
Chargers right now in control, so see if they can hold this lead.
Fans would love to see a couple more sets as well.
Yeah, imagine driving all this way, sitting up in, if you can't see this on video, I don't think, but we have fans on all three levels of Pisces watching through the windows. So imagine coming to a short game, it's not worth it. They want to see a 5-setter right now.
Especially with the home side down 2 love. And the Chargers will come back onto the court along with the Rustlers. 18-12, Chargers with the lead here in the 3rd set, but down 2-0. And Jancy will serve it up for the Chargers. Here she comes. Handled there by Becker. Play at the net. It's on the Chargers' side. And somebody touched the net. Might have been Ireland.
I still think that's the 3rd one. I've seen Zygmunt kind of lose at the net. I think she's just not aggressive enough. She is up and she should be winning those jousts. She's better, I think, than she's showing at the net.
Very strong as well.
That's right.
Not showing it off here. Sigurdsson. This one is to Zygmunt and she sends it long. 18-14, Chargers. You don't want to let the Rustlers back into this one.
No, I mean, speaking of giving an inch and taking a mile, I would expect nothing less from Lakeland.
Into the net, though. Sigurdsson, a mistake. That's 19-14.
Serving for the Chargers, that's number 10, Katie Whaling.
Now Whaling. Her serve to Copplestone. In the middle, Grondin again. She's unstoppable in the middle.
She jumps and hangs for a second, takes a look.
19-15, and Kuzi will go back. A high toss as she comes. That played by Monkman. Monkman going to get it back, and she will go long. Nice play by Kuzi. And here's Becker, rejected there. Ireland either got a piece or touched the top of the tape. And it's 20-15.
Serving for the Chargers, number 5, that's Michelle Zygmunt.
A sub now coming in for the Rustlers. Bailey Wheeler enters the tournament for the first time. Sigurdsson will go have a seat. Just a first-year player, a setter, not a Saskatoon is Wheeler. And the serve, a dandy. Well, the Rustlers able to get to it, and Popplestone sends it over. In the middle, Ireland! With the blocker starting to cheat over towards Fetting. Going in the middle was a smart move.
Exactly, and they just need to keep doing that and make the defense play true defense and not cheat over.
Belle DeVries will come in, also for the first time in this tournament. A couple of rookies coming in from Coach Austin Dyer.
Nothing like first match being a gold medal final.
Yeah. That one tipped across. Chargers have controllers. Monkman. She finds the corner. 22-15. Not to say they're conceding, but to bring these rookies in a 22-15 set.
You know, you wonder the strategy here. I'm not sure this strategy is necessarily to win this game. Maybe it's to rest his players. Maybe it's to make a point. Who knows exactly what, but yeah, putting rookies in at this point probably not going to help you out too much.
Brooklyn Brougham coming in. This one an ace! As Zygmunt went right at Boehm. Now 23-15. That's a good point, maybe getting his team a rest. Now a timeout by Austin Dyer, the Rustlers head coach.
I mean, they were being down by 5 points for Lakeland. I don't think that's inevitably a loss. So I think they still have had a shot to come back. They still do. 8 points is a big spread at this point in the game. So we'll see. You know, Camoson just has to keep serving tough at them, and Lakeland just needs to regroup, if not for this set, at least getting back on track for next set.
Yeah. 23-15. Chargers beating the Humber Hawks on Thursday in 5 sets. Then they swept their opponent yesterday, the Grand Prairie Wolves. Fetting was named player of the match after a dynamite match. And Grand Prairie, who will host next year, finishing 4th in this tournament after being beaten by the BIU Mariners in the bronze medal match.
You know, nice to walk away from this tournament with a medal, the Mariners, but definitely not the color that they had dreamt about in this great season that they'd had. So a little disappointed, but such a good thing for this Pac-West Conference to have a bronze medal and a gold or a silver, I guess.
Right.
So 2 medals. That's going to give them, if I'm right, and you know, you're the expert here on the Pac-West and CCAA, but it gives them an extra berth at Nationals, does it not?
I
for
believe
next
it
year?
does. I think it depends as well. The ACAC certainly has a good showing, but they are hosting next year. Good serve for Zygmunt and off the arms of Bowen. And now it's set point for the Chargers to get back into this match. 24-15. Chelsea Thorpe will come in now. Another first-year player.
Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to get a little experience for his first years and probably a rest for all of his starters so that they can come out a bit stronger next set.
Here, rookie, go field this one from Zygmunt.
Good luck. I wouldn't want to go out there.
Exactly. No, Coach, I'm good. And the Chargers, though, a missed opportunity there, and still a set point, 24-16. Brooklyn Brougham has not made one serve this tournament. It was a twin brother Dawson who plays hockey. And her first serve is in. Fetting goes off a block. Bohm is there. And the Chargers can't get it over. And it's 24-17. I guess on the flip side, if you win with rookies, why not?
Yep.
Here's Bohm again. Her serve is into the net, and the Chargers have new life. 25-17. And we go to the 4th set here in Camoson, with the Chargers trying to get some momentum back. I would imagine the starters for the Rustlers will come back in. We'll see after we take this break as the Chargers win the third, 25-17. You're watching the 2017 CCAA Women's National Volleyball Championships and the gold medal match. Well, to the fourth set we go in this gold medal match. Camoson has some new life now after that 25-17 victory in that third set. Now to the fourth set we go. We'll see if the Chargers can take advantage of that. Looks like the starters for the Rustlers are back here. And Whaling goes off the top of the net, and Zygmunt will hammer it, but the Rustlers are there, and then Popplestone sends it wide.
It's such a better attack at the net for Zygmunt. She was aggressive, balls right on top, and she went for it. She'll need to do that the rest of this match.
If not, her career is done.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. There's Whaling. And her serve goes long.
Just looking at the stats here from last set, hitting percentage of the Camoson Chargers, 263. Very good job by them, and 0 for Lakeland. So you see the difference there. Passing as well, Chargers passed 2.58, and Lakeland a 1.47. Now remember, your goal should be above a 2.0 on passing.
Nice dig by Popplestone, and Kuzi takes advantage off a block. And maybe the high percentage for Camoson is because they fed the middle.
Yeah, exactly. They passed well, they fed the middle. Exactly what they should do this set.
2-1 Rustlers. Early stages, fourth set. Here's Sigurdsson. Her serve into the net.
Interesting as well, 6 missed serves by Lakeland, with only 3 missed serves from Camoson. But Camoson also had 3 aces, so that evens it out.
Yeah.
Lakeland with 0 aces.
Wow. Here's Zygmunt. Her serve. Played nicely by the Rustlers. And there's a big kill. Kuzi getting around the block of Monkman. And it's 3-2.
Yeah, Dolnock's not very happy about that one. I think he's probably told Morgan, you know, you need to get outside a bit quicker on that ball.
Now Kuzi will send it skyward and then nail it over. There's Fetting splitting the block, but goes out of bounds. And it's 4-2 Rustlers. Just squeaked through. It's surprising that nobody touched it.
Absolutely. You know, the speed is such a threat to the other team, but if you don't connect, it's really difficult to hit the ball in the court.
Yeah. This is Monkman on the other side, off a block, and Popplestone can't handle it. Jancy will check in for the libero. And now Ireland. 4-3 Lakeland. Up 2-1 in this gold medal match. Here's her serve. Popplestone will play it there. Right up against the net. As Fetting hits it long, but it's played in the backcourt. Fetting, played by Popplestone. One of her better passes, now tipped by Sigurdsson. Gives it right back to Camoson. Fetting off the top of the net, and it rides the net and just stays in. But each set was to Fetting on the power side.
Yeah, I think these sets are just a teeny bit fast for Fetting. I think she likes a little bit more time to get on top of that ball.
And Ireland hits it out. Service error. And now Nixon. There's Grondin, ready to serve for the Rustlers. Her serve is played by Fetting. They go right back to Katie on the outside. Played there by the Rustlers. Maginot will send it over and Zygmunt plays it. Right back to Fetting, goes off a block and down.
You see how that set a little bit more height peaked, and Fetting could get on top of it and crush it through that block.
5-5, and now Monkman. Monkman serve. And it's an ace! Morgan Monkman. Lucky 13. And her serve. Right back to the same corner. Maginot on the offside, and it goes off Monkman's arms and hits the side wall. And it's 6-6. The serve. Nixon handles it. And now it's Fetting off a block. Nixon is there, however. Now Zygmunt, and she touches the corner. Now Fetting. 7-6 for Fetting. Her serve, a good one. Go right back to Kuzi. Kuzi cross court. Nixon is there, but plays it right across. Kuzi's going to have to deal with a tough set. Collision. And now Zygmunt with a kill.
Morgan Monkman, not sure she saw that Nixon was right there. Jumps in front of her, gets the dig.
8-6. Here's Fetting. Nice serve on the float, and it touches the antenna. That ball almost stopped right on top of the net.
Gave the officials a long time to see what was happening, and that's always good.
Yeah. As long as it's in your favor. Fetting into the net. A service error for Katie. And it's 9-7 Chargers. Becker now will go back to serve for the Rustlers. Her serve played by Nixon. They go back for Jancy. The Rustlers are there. Kuzi, a big swing through the block of Whaling and Jancy. Whaling's having a tough time getting up over the net for a block.
Yeah, I think that might have been just over her. We'll see in this play-by-play. Sure was. So, yep. Tough with that type of a hitter you're playing against.
Here's Becker. Nixon will play it over to Zygmunt down the line. went over top of Sigurdsson. Down the line for a kill.
Yeah, both these power hitters should be having quite a good time here. Small setters are front row right now. You really want to run at them.
There's Jancy. Popplestone with the pass, but right on the nets, and Zygmunt loses the battle to Sigurdsson. And it's 10-9. Zygmunt hasn't won very many of those.
No, and you know they're hard to train because they're balls right on the net. You know you don't want your players to be jumping right on the net during practice as much, but gotta get some way to get those balls onto the other side of the court.
Zygmunt with a kill. Nice job to adjust her approach. Looked like she took a stutter step. And then got to that ball and made no mistake. 11-9 Chargers. Now Whaling. A coffee lover. There's Katie Whaling.
Any university student is these days, I'd say. University student athlete at that.
Yeah. She also told me she owns a pair of clogs, for what it's worth. Clogs and coffee. Katie Whaling, and now a serve. 12-9. And Popplestone. That one is too far. As Kuzi misses. And Whaling right back on the line. Into the net. 13-10. Sigurdsson with the serve. Fetting with the pass up out. In the middle, that's Zygmunt. Nice dig by the Rustlers. This one just sent over. Again, Zygmunt on the power side. Off a block and down.
Really going to their left sides a lot in this game. I think they've been successful, but I think establishing a little bit more middle and right side will help open things up if they get into a fifth set, for sure.
14-10, Popplestone with the pass. Quick set. Nixon tried to get there, but Grondin able to nail it down, and it's 14-11. Now Kuzi. Kuzi's serve. It's a good one. They go backdoor for Monkman. And Monkman, it's out, but was it tipped?
It was touched, yes.
15-11. Now Lily will come in to serve for Megan Ireland. Also the libero departs, and Jansu's back at the front. We do have 3 front court hitters. Grondin is stopped by Monkman. That one just sent over. Good job by Jancy at the front. Now a tip. Chargers are there, and they can't quite get it. Great tip, I think, by Becker. Now Grondin at the back. Steinle checks back in at the front. They go to Kitty Fetting. Good dig at the front. Now Monkman has to just tip it down and gets it down. 16-12. Little scrambling.
A little standing tip. You don't see that very often, and maybe that's what caught Lakeland on their heels there.
Now Monkman at the back. Monkman serve off Popplestone. At the middle, it's tipped. Whaling saves it. Nixon back to Fetting. Fetting with the kill! An impressive set. And now the captain wants to have a conversation with the official.
I think the official called her over. They're giving a yellow card to the coach.
Wow. Austin Dyer not happy about something. 17-12.
Well, the yellow card won't cost them anything right now, but it does cost them if they get another one, which would result in a red card, loss of serve if they have it, and a point.
Well, speaking of points, there's an ace for Monkman, and it's 18-12. If Monkman could keep it going. Now a timeout taken by the ACAC champions. Trying to slow down this onslaught by the Chargers. 18-12. Chargers during the regular season winners of just 8 games, 8 matches. They were 8-16. The Rustlers on the flip side, 18-6. Talking to Coach Austin Dyer, he's told me a couple of times that they were fortunate in the ACAC playoffs that there were key injuries to some, his words, stronger teams. And they took advantage, and that's why they are the ACAC champions.
Looks like they built confidence, though, through those wins, and they are definitely executing at a very high level. Maybe not right in this moment, but overall, they've had such a good tournament.
They're looking at a 6 points deficit right now. 18-12. Some good highlights, as you can see. The Chargers trying to keep this crowd involved as they feed off the crowd, the energy, the positive energy of this capacity crowd here at Pisces. I don't know if Pisces has seen a bigger crowd.
We're going to have to build some more stands, I'd say.
Yeah. Or some more windows. People on the 3rd level and the 2nd level. Now the referee motioning to Morgan Monkman, who doesn't understand what he's saying. We're ready to play. It's bizarre. And Monkman delivers. And it is long.
Oh, I think Lakeland has the referee to thank for that point.
Yeah.
You know, servers, like you said, servers have such a routine, and if there's any break in that, it can really affect them.
There's a serve for Maginot. Out of the middle, Jancy. Played there by the Rustlers. Back court, and Nixon's there. They go to Fetting. Fetting off the block and down. Nicely done by the Rustlers. As Steinley got her hand in there.
Now, Fetting's really going to want to attack at that front row setter, so she'll want to hit a lot of line, try to get over top of her.
And the serve, Nixon plays it there. Right back to Fetting. Fetting tried to go cross court off a block. Popplestone is there. They go on the other side. Becker too far. But it's off a Charger.
That's a very nice swing, high off that middle blocker's hands. Perfect position.
18-15. Nixon right up against the net with that pass. Jancy. Nixon had to play it. He was right up against the line. Jancy is going to hit the antenna. And here come the Rustlers. 18-17 now.
Wow, what a difference that timeout made. Now Chris Dahl calling a timeout for his team, the Chargers, talking with the coaches.
The timeout and then the referee delay on Monkman. Now you can say what you want.
Yeah.
Still got to get the serve in. It is a gold medal game.
You're right, though. It was a bit awkward. Maybe gave her a little too much time to think. But again, she's a 5th year. Excuse me, she's not a 5th year, is she? She's a 2nd year. So yeah, so maybe that does affect her.
See Jancy on that last play into the antenna. Black, gold, and green unis of the Lakeland Rustlers.
Now, what is a Rustler exactly?
Well, their logo is like a bandit. A cowboy hat and a mask.
Guess you could say the same thing. I guess a Charger type of sheep.
Yeah.
You get creative, I suppose, when you have a mascot and a team name. Oh, a mountain goat. Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah. 18-16. Now Alexa Ellis will come in as Monkman will have a seat. Whaling will depart as well.
So they're double subbing right now. They're putting Jacqueline Coulter in the front row. She's a right side player. She is in for the setter. And again, the setter coming in for right side in the back row. So now they have 3 options in the front.
There's Maginal with her serve. Played there by Zygmunt. They go back to Jancy. Jancy goes long. And it's 18-17. Maginal. Her serve. Right to Zygmunt. Ellis with the set for Zygmunt in the backcourt. Off an arm and out. Zygmunt showing good power from backcourt.
They really needed that from her. They need to get out of that rotation.
Now Fetting. Fetting serve just over Popplestone with a nice pass, and then in the middle, it's Steinle.
Chargers doing the right thing. They had their left side blocker helping out with that, but that leaves a gap in position 4 for the middle blocker to hit to.
Becker with the serve. Nixon plays it there. Ellis tracks it down. Now here's Zygmunt. Zygmunt off the block and down. Off Steinle's arm. And it's 2018. Now Ireland wants to check back in.
That's a good idea. I think I'm not sure that number 6 Jordan Lilly's ever played middle before.
Predominantly a service expert. So Zygmunt, Coulter, and Ireland in the front court for the Chargers. This one just tapped over. Ellis right to the middle, and
Little
it's
carry there.
Carey. Yep.
Yeah, that was really slow out of her hands. Sometimes having to come off the bench as a setter takes a minute for your hands to get warmed up. They're a little cold.
Substitution as Olivia Thompson will come in, who can lick her own elbow. I saw it at the awards banquet.
You asked her to do that, or
Well,
did
I
she
said,
volunteer that?
What's a fun fact? She told me. I said, "We got to show me now," and she pulled it off. From
I've never
backcourt,
tried.
Fetting. Maybe after the broadcast. Give it a whirl. Kuzi goes off the top of the net. This is Zygmunt.
There you go.
Zygmunt with a kill. 21-19 Chargers.
Here we go. We have that double sub coming back in. Number 11, Jacqueline Coulter. Interesting story. She comes from a strong athletic background. Her mom, Michelle Cameron, a gold medalist in synchronized swimming. I'm sure you've
She
all
was
heard
the
of
guest
her.
speaker at the
That's
awards
right.
banquet.
Carolyn Waldo, I think, is who she won with. And her dad, Al Coulter, he has played in the most international matches of any player in the world for volleyball. So a strong background. She has 2 other siblings. Spencer and Alyssa played university ball as well. So they come from a great lineage of athletes.
I guess in that family you have no choice but to play sports.
Yeah, and their littlest is an up-and-comer, so we'll see her in a couple years, I'm sure.
Wow. In the middle, Nixon able to get her hands up.
Yeah.
And then Zygmunt with a double hit, and it's 21-20. Crowd not liking that.
You know, I agree with that call personally. I would get booed by the crowd also if I was a rep, I suppose. I thought that just didn't come out clean enough for this stage of the game.
The serve. Fetting plays it there. They go back door for Zygmunt off a block. Played by the Rustlers. Becker's rejected. Kuzi rejected by Monkman.
And I suppose that's how you respond after a call you don't like.
22-20. And Zygmunt. Zygmunt's serve. Played by Popplestone. Touched in the middle. And Nixon will try to set it for Fetting, who goes right at the net.
Now, Fetting just needing to be a little bit patient. Every opportunity to attack is not necessarily a kill opportunity. And in that situation, she's rushed. She should try a play continue and hope they get the ball back, I think.
22-21. Chargers with the lead. Here's Kuzi's serve. Nixon plays it. Right back to Fetting. Fetting off an arm. Out of bounds.
And that's her opportunity for the kill, and she took it.
23-21. Jancy comes back in. Her big body at the front of the nets. And now Megan Ireland.
Megan Ireland served out the last time, subbed out then for serve, so hoping that right now she comes back, serves a nice flat serve into the middle of the court. I think that's what would help her get into flow on the service line.
Timeout Rustlers. 23-21. Grondin hasn't been as effective in this fourth set. She tried a couple of middle shots, but Nixon has done a nice job to get her hands up very quickly to keep the ball alive. So I'm interested to see some of these stats after this set to see hitting percentage, number one, and also just to see some of the passing. Now, the passing has been fairly good, I think. Popplestone has been the one that has struggled a little bit if you're going to pick on someone. But the Chargers have worked a little bit more options, not just going to the left side all the time, at least giving the idea that they're going to try a step around or a middle shot. But still heavy on the left side.
You know, they feel really comfortable also setting number 8 Avery Maginel when it matters, so, you know, ready to see them go to her right now.
Megan Ireland, 23-21. Her serve, right to Popplestone. That one off the block, that was Becker. There's Katie Fetting off the block and down on the Chargers side. Maginal, I believe, got to that block. Steinle will check in for the Rustlers. Now a substitution as well. Tawny Dupree. As Grondin will go have a seat. 23-22. Dupree. An ace. Monkman and Nixon not on the same page, and it's tied at 23.
And that's frustrating. I mean, what you want to see is a libero take that seam because Morgan Moncton is in the front row right now.
Here's Fetting. Off the block and down. And it's set point for the Chargers, 24-23. Grondin will check back in. And Morgan Monkman will go back to the line with set point Chargers.
You wonder who they're going to go to, but they do like going to Grondin when it matters, so we'll see. Depends on the pass, of course.
Monkman serve. Popplestone with the pass. We're going to go to the power side. Nixon tracks it down. An opportunity here for the Chargers. It's Fetting. Blocked. Steinle with a huge block. Ties it at 24. Fetting trying to go cross court again instead of down the line. Maginal serve. Nixon right there. This is Fetting off of block. Played by Nixon. Fetting. Just barely for the Rustlers. Now a free ball. Can the Chargers take advantage? In the middle, Jancy didn't get all of it, and it's out.
That's set just a little bit too low for her, but the right idea. They need to set someone other than a power hitter if they want to open things up for their power hitters.
Gold medal points for the Rustlers. Wheeler will come in to play the front court for the Rustlers. 25-24, now a timeout called by the Chargers on championship point. Well, the Chargers had an opportunity, but the defense of the Rustlers came up big. A block on Fetting, and then a ball that was sent long.
You know, I think the Chargers are going to go to Fetting no matter what right now. That seems to be their strategy, but if I know that, then Lakeland also knows that, and that gives their block an advantage. So, you know, you want to take a risk like they did, setting the middle there, but at the same time, beating your best player on the court. that might be the best strategy on game point, especially that fifth-year player. So, so my guess is they're going to go to Fetting.
Strength on strength, trying to ride the horse that got you here, so to speak. Power on power. And here we go. Gold medal point. 25-24, Lakeland. And they have the serve. Here we go. Vaginal. Her serve. Nixon with the pass. They go to Fetting. Fetting block, and the Lakeland Rustlers will win CCAA gold with a 26-24 victory. Well, you called it. He's going to go to Fetting.
Yeah, you know, it was no secret where it was going to go. That's a tough team to hit against, especially when everybody knows it's going to you. So, you know, she did a good job. It's going to haunt her probably that very last play. But what a great match Fetting has had.
The last play of her career, at least her CCAA career. The Lakeland Rustlers continue to celebrate. Congratulations to that organization. The Rustlers never golden at the Nationals until now. They won a silver in 2013, and now here in 2017, they win their first gold medal for that school. Congratulations. An enrollment of just 2,200 kids. And they're coming home, these 16 players, with a gold medal.
Probably the biggest thing to hit Vermilion, Alberta all year, which is exciting. You know, kudos to that team. They have been so consistent all tournaments. They have so many options, and different players stepped up at different times, and that's what it takes to win a national championship.
So they're going to announce the players of the match as they start to take down the nets, and then all 8 teams will be asked to come back. The gold, the bronze, the silver, and the gold medals will be given out. Chargers will win silver, their best ever medal as well. Bronze medalists in 2015 at the Nationals. This their second ever appearance at the Nationals. Pretty impressive when you walk away with 2 medals in your only 2 appearances at the Nationals.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. This team is very interesting. There's not many 4-year programs. So they see a lot of turnover year to year. Next year will be no different. They'll probably see quite a few new faces. I think there's talk about a handful of players moving on, which is, you know, like I mentioned before, Crystal's goal to move players on if that's what they want. So, so in some ways, they're a true college. And it's going to be exciting to see how they build momentum from this finish here at Nationals at Peisty Gym.
Well, we know they lose Fetting, Zygmunt, Rollins. Monkman said she's leaving. So those are 4 big contributors. We didn't see Rollins. She got a concussion in the Pac West playoffs, so she's the libero. So those 4 players, and of course your 2 big weapons in Zygmunt and Fetting. So
and you just never know if there's a 2-year program one of the players were enrolled in. So, you know, will be interesting to see.
Zygmunt is named player of the match for the Chargers.
Player of the match for the winning Lakeland, number 8, Avery
Manganell. The player of the match. So many weapons on this Rustlers team. And they're all first, second, and third-year players other than their libero, Popplestone.
Wow, 2nd year winning player of the game in a gold medal match. Where do you go from there?
Yeah. I guess an encore repeat performance. That's what Lakeland's going to be hoping.
No pressure, Lakeland.
Yeah, exactly. And with the championship in Alberta next year in Grand Prairie. But the Lakeland Rustlers will certainly enjoy this one. Not too late, though. I believe their flight tomorrow is 6:30 in the morning. Of course, it's spring ahead. It's the time. Change the time of the clock before you go to bed tonight.
Oh, that poor team. I'm sure there's going to be one team missing their flight tomorrow.
Yeah. I hope it's not me.
Depends how you decide to spend your night, I
Yeah.
suppose.
As the teams shake hands, we're hoping to get a conversation with Austin Dyer and then Avery Maginot, the player of the match, at least very briefly. And that's already down. And we'll send Leah, actually, to see if she can track down Austin Dyer and the player of the match. As they shake hands with the officials as well, they've shaken their hands with the Chargers. Capacity crowd is going to go home a little unhappy with this one. Not as happy as they could be. We were wondering what would happen if the Chargers were going to win, with folks rushing the floor. I would imagine the celebration, the partying continuing. And really quickly we'll get the player of the match and the head coach, Austin Dyer. This is Avery, congratulations, gold medal.
Thank you so much.
It's just your second season, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you're a gold medalist, congratulations. What do you think the key to tonight's game was?
I think it was sticking together. The crowd was really loud, and they were obviously cheering against us, and we're in Camoson's home gym, and we just came together as a team after every point.